It's time for a beer, rum, and rock and roll rock shot.
Yeah.
So this is something new. What we're going to do is if something significant or special happens in the world of rock that we can't wait to talk about, we can't wait for the regular podcast, we're going to do a quick video hit and talk about it. So today marks the 40th anniversary of the 6th studio album from Judas Priest, British Steel. It was released April 14th today in 1980 on Columbia Records. Mm-hmm. It was the first album produced by Tom Allom, who'd go on to produce their next 5. So this is the heyday we're talking about. It's also of note, it's the first album with Dave Holland on drums, who replaced Les Binks coming off of Hellbent for Leather. So you got Ian Hill on bass, Dave Holland on drums, KK Downing, and Glenn Tipton on guitar, and the metal god, Rob Halford on vocals. All the tracks, as per usual, are written by KK, Glenn, and Rob, as per usual. Mm-hmm. And that's it. That's the gist of the album. Now, I want to tell you a little story. So I'm a young 14-year-old lad at a mall in Calgary with a couple buddies, and I'm neck deep in the hard rock metal thing. But I hadn't discovered Priest yet, right? So one of my buddies goes, dude, you're into metal. You must have this album. Just buy it today. Don't ask questions, just fucking buy it. So that was this one. This bad boy right here.
Yeah, just quickly, I'm just because you brought that record up. That was my very first Judas Priest record.
Me too.
From a flea market at a shopping mall in Calgary.
No way. There you go.
For $2.
From the opening note of Exciter.
Oh, I know.
It's on.
Yeah.
Bow to your knees and repent.
Repent if you please. Oh, I know. I didn't get Unleashed in the East until probably 83.
Yeah, you're a little bit younger than me. I keep forgetting this.
It's about the age thing.
The album is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like every track on it is better than the studio version. Every one of them. Mm-hmm. But this came out before British Steel. So when British Steel comes out, I'm all over it, obviously.
Yeah.
Like I'm a huge fan by this point, right?
Right.
It's a little more polished. The songwriting is stronger. Like they're becoming a better band. It's clear. Like there's a leap here. As much as I love Hellbent for Leather, this is a fully formed Judas Priest now. With the look, with the sound, with that lineup, it's fucking on. Mm-hmm. I mean, Breaking the Law and Living After Midnight, you know, they're heavy, but there's a pop sensibility in those tracks. Those are made for the radio. The whole album isn't like that, but those tracks definitely are that. My favorite ones are the deeper tracks, like that opener, Rapid Fire. Oh my God. I mean, that's my favorite track on the album. It's just killer. It's super fast, super heavy, pounding the world like a battering ram.
Oh, great track to start, and great trade-off of riffs between Glenn and KK on that track.
Oh,
it felt Judas Priest all the way to me.
The soloing on that song, like you said, the back and forth is textbook. Like they took that twin guitar thing to another level.
Right. It's what happened next that kind of it was not what I was expecting, and it didn't feel like Judas Priest too much. I mean, it's not a bad track with Metal Gods, but
I dig it.
Yeah. You did, eh? Pretty safe and almost poppy in some ways that didn't lend to the heavy metal thunder of Judas Priest, in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. It felt metal enough. They play it pretty much every show. And people dig it, but...
And I think he likes it, you know, and Metal God, he's the Metal God, you know, it's fun kind of connection there. But,
you know, about 3/4 in, there's that stomp, like of the Metal God stomp.
Right.
Yeah. It's high tech, man. It's trays of cutlery shaking on the ground.
Yeah.
Somebody's shaking trays of cutlery in a mic. You'll appreciate that being a sound guy.
Oh, sure. But I know what happens in a little while, you know, and a few years down the road, the synths come in and the samplers come in. And, you know, I like the old school vibe of that. Totally.
There's no fun in that.
Right. And they're having fun in the studio doing that purposefully, you know.
Yeah.
What can we use around here to thicken this up and do some fun? all for it.
Okay, what's next? Well, Breaking the Law, we mentioned that. Good rocker.
Huge track for me.
In Breaking the Law, when Halford screams, "You don't know what it's like," and there's that smashing glass.
Right.
It's milk bottles smashing on the ground.
And see, that's an odd thing because it's milk bottles. Why would it have been beer or whiskey or something? What are they chugging a bunch of milk in the studio? You know,
They're good boys, good English lads.
They're good little English lads, eh? Yeah.
How about Grinder, looking for meat?
Yeah. As a kid, hearing this track, looking for meat. Oh man, you know, I knew we weren't looking for steak. You know what I mean? At that age. No.
I wonder what Rob was really looking for, though.
I don't want it. I don't care. And I liked it. I always liked that track.
Me too. Me too.
I did. Just the whole content of it was, again, heavy, like I like Priest to be, you know. Yeah,
it's so far so good for me. The next one, United, this feels like a forced anthem. United, United. It didn't do anything for me. Zero.
Skip right away. And you know that the label or somebody was involved with that whole thing.
Yeah.
We need something on the radio. And Europeans, I think there's a European flair there too. They, I think they like singing like that, where I don't know if North America really.
It's like a soccer chant.
Right. You know, Queen was great at that too, you know, and stuff like that. That's not Judas Priest to me. Right?
It was a bit of a hit for them, but yeah.
Sure it was, but do you know why? Because it's safe and soft and all that. But I hate it.
Well, I don't hate strong. I wouldn't go that far, but it's definitely not my favorite. That's for sure.
Yeah.
How about You Don't Have to Be Old to Be Wise?
I thought it was a good track.
Yeah,
you know?
I like it.
I do too. It's not, you know,
it's different.
First song that comes to mind off this record, but I think he sings it great, and you know, musically it's good. Again, for Priest, for me, it's got to have that little quality that some of their stuff does, and when it doesn't have it, I feel like it's missing. And this was kind of borderline there, but it was still a pretty good track.
Living After Midnight, big hit. You don't like it at all, hey? You know, the chorus always makes me go, but I love the verses. He has electric fucking power. Like there's some good vocals in this song, man. And it's just overplayed. It's their overplayed one. Well, You Got Nothing Coming's the other one, but I don't mind it. Okay, this next track I really like. It's called The Rage. It's got a really cool bass intro by Ian Hill. It's next level stuff for them. Like it's a really, really cool album track. They don't play it very often, but it's really cool, I think.
I like the guitars on this track too. Like
it's a big riff. I dig the song.
Yeah. I think the last two, the Steeler 2 is a good track.
Oh, that's another album cut not everybody knows. Steeler's awesome.
Yeah.
Another fast one, right?
Yeah. I think I like them with tempo. This record wasn't really a fast record. I do like faster Priest.
What else can we say?
Well, I could tell you that the album's name was from Ian Hill, and it was Rob Halford's idea for the razor blade because Gillette had a product that was promoting Sheffield steel at the time. Yeah. And so Rob
it's so cool and iconic, you know?
Yeah. And they talk about how they didn't use blood when they thought it was going to be too over the top, and it actually looked more menacing that there wasn't blood dripping. Because
I agree.
Yeah, so it's some kind of interesting talk about the album cover itself and the name.
It's cool how you can see the skin is clearly pressing into the razor, but there's no blood. I think it's cool.
Yeah, and I think they thought that was cool too, or so the story.
Yeah. So it doesn't sound like you're about half. It doesn't sound like you were blown away by this album. You're about half.
I never was, and I mean, there's some tracks on here that are awesome.
The only thing I want to mention, I didn't get a chance to see Priest till 82, Screaming for Vengeance, and it's still one of the best concerts I've ever seen. It was just unbelievable. Another thing I want to mention, so in 2009, it was the 30th anniversary of this album, and they put out a special edition. Now you got your blood, but no hand.
Right.
And what's cool about this is there's a DVD in it. They play the entire album in sequence at the Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida.
Huh.
Yeah. So that's awesome. I highly recommend it. It's wicked.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Okay. One more thing before we wrap this up.
Yeah.
Guess what band's debut album came out the same day as British Steel in the same year as British Steel?
But Iron Maiden, yeah.
And guess who opened for Priest on the British Steel tour?
I'm going to say Mamas in the Coffers.
Kenny Loggins? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maiden again. Now, to bring it full circle, Rob Halford's been very vocal in the press lately, wanting to open for Maiden, get a double bill going. That would be wicked.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, get KK back. But other than that, that would be wicked. And apparently,
that's the hard part, right? Is no KK.
Yeah, and apparently Steve Harris, he's open to it. It's just a matter of getting the ducks in a row and getting shit to a line. So that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Man, it's an iconic album. Like, it's one of the metal benchmarks for sure.
Sure.
Whether, you like it or not, it is. Like, it influenced just a ton of bands. And yeah, I've been a lifelong fan. I've been a fan ever since, man. It's just, they're a great band. And yeah, crank it up today.
Well, Randy, I think we should end this rock shot properly with a little shot.
Okay, you ready?
Now let's do it.
Cheers.
Well, first rock shot.
Okay, thanks everybody for watching or listening. Make sure you subscribe and comment and give us your feedback. That's always good. Let's go break that law right now.